Fishbowl Playoff League 10.
Hey, and I love it. Like Zach's in the bottom middle, and his face was almost exactly where his face was for that.
Nice, very nice.
And then it came into the light.
That's me just here.
I love it. I love it. I have my Grays shirt still too. I'm not wearing it, but I still have it.
It's one of my, again, it's one of those really comfortable ones. Plus, it's got the connection. I like it.
Yep. There are some of those. The Grays one, the Tie Goat one.
I got that one too.
Yep. The Disney SFB7. There are just some of those shirts that are just like, God, why didn't I buy more?
Yep.
I have that SFB7 shirt waiting for me to lose some more weight in my closet.
Casey had me sign hers, and she was going to sell it or auction it off or raffle it off or something.
Oh man, it depends what size it is. Maybe I'll just win it and just wash it and get your signature.
Like you, she said she couldn't fit it anymore, so she had me sign it at the expo.
Oh well, she's smaller than I am, so that doesn't help me at all.
Well, thank you to everyone who's here joining us tonight. I see some of you in the chat who jumped over from Game Changers. I assume Bob's done over there. Maybe not. Maybe you have two of them going at the same time.
Or maybe they're just like, oh, we finally don't have to listen to Bob anymore.
He'll come back on here and he won't speak the entire show.
He won't say anything the entire time.
It'll still have been true. So I feel like I'm just taking over the show. Do you guys want to say something before we start talking?
You know what? Let me. I have.
You want to set the table?
It was because of the intro that really brought it to my mind. And TV and movies have been pissing me off lately about hand gestures. One thing, TV, for some reason, they never actually just throw up the devil horns. They always throw the I love you.
Oh, yeah.
And it drives me crazy for some reason.
Interesting.
Like, I don't know if it's an FCC thing where you can't put the horns up for some, like, of course, Texas, they let them go nuts. Yeah. But like, I was watching Scrubs, and multiple times different characters do this when they go rock and roll.
Yeah, I know the janitor does that.
And it drives
I'll ask my wife if she notices that, because my wife, she knows sign language, so she knows sign language. So naturally, when people sign, she like immediately perks to it.
But they're not doing it correctly. It's like they're doing it because they can't. They're putting the thumb out because they can't do this. And what that brings me to is, how do you guys give the middle finger?
What?
There's no thumb involved if that's what you're.
Yeah. I think there's only one way to give the middle finger, right?
You would think, and I'm going to do this, so hide all your.
Like when I'm driving by someone and someone has cut me off, and then I end up driving by them, I give them the middle finger. I'm like, honestly, this might be more devastating than the middle finger when you drive by someone who's done something stupid.
Actually, I always just throw up a peace sign and smile.
I don't do anything. I'm like, they probably just didn't notice. They're probably in their own world, whatever.
Minnesota and Maine are very similar in that way, where it's just kind of a
New Jersey.
I remember exactly. I remember when I was younger, and it still holds true to this day, and it's probably the same in Maine, where people don't honk a lot, and when they do, you're like, oh shit, I must have done something, because people just don't honk a lot unless you really have done something.
The first time I ever heard anyone honk in an automobile, I was in Massachusetts, and this was after college. So again, like sheltered life, but I was down there, and I played baseball after college down there, and all of a sudden, like it's like a second language. Everybody is just like,
what's going on? What was?
Oh, it
Russ
was
has no idea what we're talking about. Like in Minnesota, and I guess in Maine too. Yeah. You rarely honk your horn unless someone's really done something wrong.
The problem with New Jersey is it's all New Yorkers. And in New York, if you don't, like, the light turns green and you're not driving in the next 1/2 to 3/4 of a second, you're gonna get honked at. But real quick, Reebok Joe is exactly what it is. It's like people do like this and stick their middle finger up, like they go like half knuckles.
Oh no!
What?
Or
this? Like,
I mean, screw it. I'm just gonna do it. They do this.
Oh, that's weak. That's weak.
That's wow.
It's the weirdest. Like I never understood. Like, no, you're giving them the finger, not a finger and a couple of halves.
Yeah,
I think I've given someone the actual finger, like actually angry, giving them the finger less than 5 times in my entire life.
Oh, I mean, like never seriously, really, but like
that might be friends.
That was always the throw up and inside. You know, not that I would ever advocate for pitching and hitting anybody, but that was always the
but you got to brush them off sometimes.
Yeah, that was the sign for throw it up and inside. Make sure they know that you own that part of the plate. But it's funny, Russ. You talk about sitting at a light. I have this very vivid memory of my sister, who it's her birthday on Sunday, but she was like maybe 4, and she's sitting in the back seat of my father's truck, and I'm in the front. And we're at a stoplight, and there's a car in front of us, and the light turns green. And from the back seat, she says, "The light's not going to get any greener, buddy." Like she must have heard it from either my dad or my what. It was just like the timing of it. Everything was just beautiful.
That's great.
Well, one of the very first times Nolan ever cursed, he was probably 2 at most. And we're driving and we got cut off to like I slammed on the brakes and honked because I was scared. And just you hear the squeak from the back, just go, "Oh shit!" And Trish and I just go, "I know what."
Wait, what?
Because at first we're just like, "I know shit." Wait, what the hell just happened? Like,
it's always interesting when that happens.
Like because clearly I had gotten cut off before and said, "Oh shit," whatever, and it clicked, and he knew to do it in that moment.
I'm not sure I've still ever heard. No, I haven't. My 7-year-old, no.
Oh, my kids are.
My 12-year-old, I'm sure I have, but he almost never. He's like me, like almost never swear, but every once in a while one will pop out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Trish and I are sailors. Like it's bad. One of our happiest memories is we were at a McDonald's before we had kids, and I'm not going to do this because it is a stream of curse words, but she's talking like normal, which meant there was a lot of cursing involved. And I go, "Hon, there's a family of very small children behind you." And she was just like, "Oh," and like couldn't stop herself. Just like she was trying to stop herself from talking, but kept cursing over and over and over again. And it was just the greatest thing ever.
That's pretty awesome. I would have liked to have been there to hear it.
I don't know what that means, but congratulations. Thank you.
Jeremy.
Apparently there's a Reddit mod Hall of Fame. Jeremy runs the fantasy football subreddit, and apparently he made the inaugural Reddit Hall of Fame, which is awesome. Awesome, Jeremy. He has helped us so many times on so many occasions, helped us giving away jerseys, like supplied jerseys for us to give away. He helps us, not just helps us. He was kind of him and Coop were kind of the mastermind behind the NFL draft contest that raised, as Coop says, $5,000 for charity. And we plan on doing it again this year. So big congrats, Jeremy. That's awesome. Jeremy's awesome. He's great.
Very, very cool.
Absolutely. That's very cool.
So, Bob, we sort of just assumed you'd show up and not talk for the entire time because you're all just talked out.
Yeah.
So, Bob, I asked this question of everyone. What is a secret that you really haven't told anyone?
I'm not much of a talker. That's
what?
Probably my biggest secret. Yeah.
What? I was wondering what you said for that. I remember mine.
I stuffed a kid in a locker one time.
Okay.
In high school or junior high or something. I don't know.
Bob the Bully.
Wow.
And that was actually me. I've been playing the slow con this entire
It would
time.
have been someone. I've seen Russ's high school picture. It would have been someone like Russ.
Wow.
I mean, he has seen a picture from me in high school, and it happened to be my marching band picture, so he's not lying.
Frank's in the chat asking Bob how he flips people off.
Yes,
I
Bob,
assume
how
it'll
do- how do
be.
you
I
people give
assume it'll
people
be
the
like an
finger?
Apple. You know, like
That's
it will
how Bob
pop
flips
up on the
people
screen.
off. Yeah.
Well, I was going back to the kids, and Callan was singing the Banana Fana Fofana song, and he was singing it for Chuck. And I was like, oh boy, here we go.
No, stop that right there. You might want to stop it.
Yeah. But when he used to say vacuum,
B5 for Farls.
it would sound like F you.
Chuck.
So what was the question now?
How do you give people the finger?
How do I?
Yeah.
Apparently, there's more than one way.
And it's shocking to me that you
Oh,
guys.
you mean like thumb or no thumb?
Yeah.
Like-
Yes. See, thumbs out.
Yeah.
Fingers
Bob-
aren't even all the way down.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I don't know.
I'm a thumb
Look how
guy.
relaxed he is about this.
You
Like,
go
You're
full-
such a thumb tucker.
Full
you bite your thumb
Shakespeare.
at me?
Yeah.
I
full-
point my thumb at you, sir.
I do
I'm a-
bite my
oh,
thumb, but not
I mean,
at you.
My thumb
I'm
at
a-
you, sir.
I'm a pinky out when I drink. Anytime you can have a
I do
flying
sometimes
something.
too. I do sometimes let my pinky go loose. when I
Yeah, the
drink.
pinky flyer. Oof.
You gotta be. That makes you fancy.
Yeah, you got the pinky flyer. Well, I shattered my knuckle when I was
I
a
don't
kid.
push it out, but like
playing
when I'm
basketball.
coming up, see, it's like tips up.
Bob,
You
we're
shattered
twins.
your pinky, Bob?
We're twins on that
Oh,
one,
yeah.
Bob.
No,
Yeah.
we're triplets. I shattered my pinky. It's
Yeah,
actually.
I had
All right,
some
Russ, we
surgeries.
got-
You
we
can
got
see
some-
how it won't go straight anymore. But I shattered these two fingers.
Mine is set to hold a golf club. That's where I said just set it there, and I'll tape it when I play basketball. I had a pin put in, and then a rod, and
So like I can't do the Spock with my left hand. With my right hand I can, because I shattered that knuckle and taped it to play an entire season of basketball, and then had surgery and had the splint trying to hit. They're like, don't hit me.
Yeah.
But
Were you being a fancy baseball player and had your
I
pinky out while you were at that?
yeah, just pinky out.
I physical therapied the crap out of mine. So
pinky
you can
out,
not
Dan.
really tell which one it is, but it's this one. I had 2 pins in each of these two.
Oh man.
Screwed into the bone. It was pretty
Yep.
fun.
Never broke anything.
You're
Like I said
lucky.
before, lived a very boring life.
Hey, my youngest has done both arms, like one arm
In the
each of the
past
last
20
2
minutes.
years. Yeah, it's great. He's just like, oh, I should do this, and then halfway through doing whatever he's doing, he's like, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah.
One of the kids down the street broke both arms at the same time.
Oh no!
He was on a jungle gym and he fell off. And so the whole summer, his mother had to do everything for him.
Yeah.
You can't wipe your own butt.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Man.
Yeah.
That's oof.
It was right at the start of summer. He's Emmy's age.
Right. But I'm just trying to imagine being a kid at that age, not being to do like
No
anything
swimming.
all summer.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would suck.
Yeah.
Now I'd just probably relax and watch TV.
Oh, I would milk it all. I'd milk it for 6 months.
I wouldn't. I'd feel terrible every day.
It was the hair coop, wasn't it?
I was about to ask, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, Nomar in Boston was pretty revered for a while.
But was he a good-looking guy or
It was
something?
not
'Cause
bad.
that-
Like he had a
He's
he
fine.
had a
He had a
solid
nose
nose
thing,
on
but-
him. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I
He's
feel
a
that.
DB.
he was a douchebag. What?
I'll tell you a story off it.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Here, let's take you off air, Bob, and then you can tell the story. Okay, we're off air, Bob. So if you want to tell the story. Last week when we were here, had I just bought those ribeye caps and cooked them up, or did I not talk?
You hadn't got them yet, or no?
Right.
You did talk about them last week, didn't you?
2 weeks ago, he was talking about wanting to get them because I was here.
Yeah,
for
last week. Okay, last week you did tell us about them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I ended up getting them, made them. They were absolutely delicious. Made them for me and my wife, but I got 4 of them. And the next night I decided I froze them for like 30, 45 minutes and I shaved them down, cut them all up and made Philly cheesesteaks out of the second night. Oh, some good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Did you didn't use the squeeze cheese, did you?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Like you can get a lot of trouble with Philly based on the cheese that you put on.
Here's the thing. So my go-tos are generally like bacon cheeseburgers and Philly cheesesteaks. Those are the things, patty melts. Those are the things I get wherever I go around the country. And I've talked about this before. There are some cities that are known for something, and I'm wondering about this for like Skyline Chili and other places. Emo's Pizza in St. Louis, which I now know is the worst pizza that's ever existed known to man. I went there with McDowell and like 6 other, Dynasty League people, and we didn't even finish. We had like 6 guys, and we ate like 1.5 pizzas, or maybe not even a full 2, might not have even been a full pizza. We got a bunch of them, and we're like, we can't finish this. This is terrible.
Wow.
Man.
It is the worst pizza known to man. But I've been around a lot. I've eaten a lot of Philly cheesesteaks. Philly might not be in the top 10 if you count for cheesesteaks cities. It might not even be in the top 10. Like so many cities.
I'm going to agree with that.
Yeah,
this may be the last episode.
Yeah.
Oh, Boston makes a great Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah. I wonder how many people in the chat are like, what? No,
there's a place called Carl's, Bob, over in Waltham that is solid.
Yeah,
Yep.
Honestly,
I know Coop will chime in if he's still in the chat. I know he knows Carl's. I know Mike Fiella knows Carl. Yeah, see, Coop knows. Yeah. I've got their phone number still in my phone, and it's been 20 years since I've been there.
Yeah, that's yep. But that's one of those things there where I'm like, all right. I mean, you grew up there, so that's your acquired taste, kind of like Seattle. But man, to an outsider, I've been to at least 10, 15 cities that have better Phillies. But yeah, I mean, it's the same with Emo's Pizza. Like you have, like there are lots of people at St. Louis people like Simone Biles and Jenna Fisher and like a whole bunch of them. They're like, it is the best pizza ever. And for a lot of people who come in from the outside, it's absolutely terrible. Yeah. It's so bad. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's not an offensive thing. It's just yeah.
See, we kind of have the reverse of that, where like all the tourists, like they come in and they go to Linda Beans and get like a lobster roll at Linda Beans because that's like the famous seafood place. And if you're from Maine, you're never going to go get lobster from a place like that. So it's kind of the inverse.
Yeah, that's the thing. Whenever you go to these places, you have to. Like with Philly or like when I went to Boston, like any of those places, you have to ask the people who live there, where do you go? Yeah. Because otherwise you're not going to get the true, okay. You might end up going to a place like when I was in Boston, Bob, like I went to a dinner one of the nights at FSGA and I'm like, is this place any good? And Bob's like, yeah, that's kind of like a chain. That's not. And I'm like, all right, so I know that's you have to ask the people who actually live there, so you make sure you go to the right spots. That's absolutely a thing. I remember that going to taco places in California. They're like, no, go here.
Yep.
You know, so
I mean, Red Lobster is like going to Chili's, you know?
Yeah.
Now I'm just trying to think of where I've had the best cheesesteak. And honestly, the only thing that's coming to my mind is I went to Westchester University in Pennsylvania my freshman year of college. And their cafeteria honestly had the best cheesesteaks I probably ever had.
You know, I went to a Greek restaurant that had probably top 5 or 10 in my life. And they did it with the shawarma off the steak, whatever it is, off the thing, and made a cheesesteak with that. And I'm like, this is actually dang good. This is really good.
Well, anything where your meat is cooked on a spinning spit where it's just dripping on itself.
Yeah.
All I can think of now is getting a gyro. So I would get, when I lived in Frankfurt, I got a gyro, and they'd shave it right off and give it to you right out of the trucks there. And those are so good. I mean, funny enough, that in Frankfurt there's a very heavy Turkish community. And Turkey was playing Germany in the World Cup in, I'd say 2001 or 2002 or something like that. This was a while ago.
Oh, here we go. We're getting an inside scoop.
Yeah, they made me talk a lot.
This is the thing. This is like, you find out that if you want a New York slice, you go to Sparrow. You find out if you go to California, get to Taco Bell. Just always got to do that. Always got to make sure.
It's good to have It's good to have people who know, who can kind of put you in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, Zach and I, end up texting each other the same location at the same time.
Yeah, that was, and it was pretty good.
The friendly toast.
Yeah.
Being in a group text with them two, you get some great food talk. And of course, it's nowhere near me and nothing I could do about any of it. But there's pictures and menus involved, and it's a great time. It's really a little FOMO, but
you have FOMO not being able to go. I have FOMO not even being in the chat. So we are built differently.
I can't remember where I hit up some chicken place for the first time because they just came to Massachusetts.
Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's, yeah. First time I've ever had it. And pretty good. I mean,
my son loves it. I'm kind of mad on it. But
I've never had it.
They could be.
Texas toast is good there. That's for sure.
The chicken was like a full. It's tender.
Yeah, it is. The chicken at Raising Cane's is more like a real chicken than any of the fast food chicken places. Absolutely. Yeah.
The description that Bob said was the chicken is succulent, and I was like,
"Yeah,
I'm in."
And it's on your way here.
I'm kind of with Greg. I'm kind of with Greg on this. Like I said, it is what it is.
Don't get me wrong. They could be.
Absolutely, totally understand that it's more like real chicken than like a KFC or a Popeyes or whatever. And I like myself some KFC and some Popeyes.
Popeyes chicken is the shiznit.
It's good.
Popeyes chicken because they're new.
Popeyes Cajun used to be so much spicier. Like,
yes,
I don't know what they did to it. It's like my wife and I used to absolutely love it. And now we're like my wife and I just got this habanero ghost pepper salsa because we love.
Maybe you turned into a crazy person.
No, I'm not. I'll be right back.
I didn't mean to scare him off. Like that. Sorry.
We're doing it's the Fantasy Cares Wednesday edition of the Hot Ones. But only Scott is going to try hot sauce.
Yeah. I'm not a big hot sauce person. I like
habanero and the ghost pepper on there.
Yeah.
Nom 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 nom.
I've got 1,000 barbecue sauces, but I'm not a big. I don't need heat. I want.
I like a little bit of heat, but then I become a big baby very, very quickly. Like there's a limit, and once I get close to that limit, no, thank you.
Like I'm not opposed to it, but I'm not seeking it either.
So I like to candy bacon.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'll do
on the clothesline with
well, no. So I don't get fancy like you'd get down at Disney, but like it's I'll take maple syrup and hot sauce and mix that, and then brush it on the bacon. You have to get thick cut bacon, but brush the bacon, and then I'll do like I have a rub with like brown sugar and garlic and onions and yeah. And then put the rub on the bacon, put the bacon in the oven 200 degrees for like 45 minutes. It is unbelievable.
You need to come to my live draft with the bar that we get.
Yeah.
Because we have a guy last year, I think he brought, it's a 10-team league, and I think he brought 14 or 16 pounds of candied bacon. And it was thick cut, maple, brown sugar, candied bacon.
Yes.
Yeah,
but I like just that little bit of heat, because I'll do that. I'll do the maple syrup and hot sauce and mix it, and then brush it, and so you got that heat underneath, and it's beautiful,
succulent.
Yeah, that's good. Now I can't stop eating the habanero ghost pepper here.
I'm just thinking about bacon now.
The Scott ones, yeah. That's great, Jason.
I'm going to sit here and eat this all night if I don't put it away to the side. So
there's nothing John likes more than somebody eating on a microphone.
Oh yes.
Well, I don't have a mic right here, so it's probably not as bad as normal. But I like myself a good habanero.
That was always Kyle's favorite. Was you get somebody on that was either having food or something to drink. Ice was a real nice one. Clink the ice around. Yeah. Oh
yeah. I've been guilty of that on I've gone on CBS and had clinky ice, and I'm like, gosh, Scott, you need to be more professional than this.
Technically, yeah. Technically, right. Yes.
I've gotten better at the mute while I drink when I go on those kind of shows, though. But
I've never been on a fancy show where I ever muted while doing something. I always laugh whenever people come on one of my shows and start doing that, and I'm like, "Where do you think you are?"
See, I always do, because Kyle would yell at me. He was like, "I'm no longer editing, so don't mess up." And I was like, "Well, I can't promise you with the fantasy takes, but I will mute when I take a drink."
Yeah, but then you don't remember to unmute when you go to talk, and
then you get J mute check.
I'm very annoyed that you guys did record on Tuesdays, by the way. Well, I guess it only really matters for one more, but I had to miss your show.
That was so much fun. I mean, obviously we had a great chat, because the chat is this chat. And
real
the
quick,
people.
I know it's usually the same people, but starting yesterday on Tuesday, the Dynasty Dummies started their rookie hootenanny on the Fantasy Cares YouTube channel that we're on right now, and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so Tuesdays at 9:30. But it was so much fun. We had a great chat. We did the 30,000 foot view plus the Optimus Primer, where we talk about what we do and what we're looking for and why we have no idea. Because nobody has any idea. We're all just kind of trying to mitigate failures, but it was so much fun. And again, the chat always makes the shows here, but it was fun to have it with the dummies, and it was fun. It was good.
But. Yeah, I look forward to getting to watch it. Right now, the Hootenanny's not on a podcast on ours.
Will be.
Oh, but I was about to say,
yeah.
But I assume Zach will put it out on the dummies. We don't have a podcast means at the moment.
Go back and watch the show.
But yeah, just go click on YouTube and let it play.
Yeah, I mean, and I have to record a song. I haven't done that this week, so I have to do something for an intro. And once I do that, it'll probably be tomorrow because we get a snow day. So I'll probably be able to get to that sometime tomorrow and put the show out on the Dynasty Dummies feed. But it's worth it just to listen to J Mike.
Oh, absolutely. Bob, Coop wants an Avengers Lego build update.
Oh,
do you have it down here?
So I can add it in here. So the outcome so far has been he finished it. But then there was a Hulk smash.
Did the actual Hulk do the smashing?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. He did it with the Hulk. So yeah, he killed it. I mean, he put that thing together. He only asked for my help with two things because something wasn't lining up. So he put he put all 5,200 pieces together himself. And he was really excited.
That must have been so satisfying for him to just crush it.
Oh, I bet.
I'll share the picture. Yeah.
I'd have been like, sun's getting real low, big guy.
That's the opposite. Building's about to get real low.
The Avengers Tower could ride Space Mountain. It's tall enough to ride Space Mountain.
That's insane.
That is awesome.
So Hulk took off everything on above the A. So like somewhere right around that area on the platform. The platform's the top right now. So he's got to rebuild that whole top part. Huh?
That had to be a beast to put together, all those windows.
Oh yeah, that was the hardest part. I mean, you're sitting there just popping windows into every one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds just the worst.
Oh, he loved it though.
I bet. I would have loved that as a kid too.
It was a lot of fun getting updates as he was going.
Oh yeah, the kid is a Lego genius. I think. I mean, not like I know everyone says, "Oh yeah, my kid's doing this." I'm like, I have no idea how long it took him, but he did it with like probably about 20 or so hours.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that if I had 20 days. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, Ian could have gotten that for his 8th birthday, and it still wouldn't be done.
Yeah, I mean, I literally came downstairs, and he was playing Bad to the Bone on and putting Legos together. And I'm like, dude, it's 6:30 in the morning.
Can't sleep, must finish. Can't sleep, must finish.
I know. What's gonna happen when he gets into a video game and he's staying up all night?
That was me.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's my littlest, and I feel bad the amount of screen time he gets sometimes, but Ian has so many sports tournaments playing for sports.
Yeah.
And we bring like whiteboards and markers and like coloring books and stuff, but it can only do so much at some of these all-day tournaments.
Yeah.
That the Switch gets involved in. Matt has beaten like 8 games or 9 games, and he's like 7. You know,
no matter how much time you are worried that your kid spends on the screen, feel better knowing that my kids destroy that amount of time. My kids absolutely live on their screens, but they're both brilliant, so I'm not really going to fight against it.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. I see like the amount of time I thought Ian was spending on like watching shows or on screens or whatever, and that like he gets basically like straight A's. I'm like,
yeah.
I mean, you know, it's probably not all that. Like he's probably fine. And nowadays, they do their homework on screens. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Like my kid's school gave him a Chromebook that like all of his work is on.
yeah. Our school, all the kids have iPads from kindergarten through the whole.
Speaking
I mean,
of,
like they literally bring their iPad. Ian's got his same iPad from the last years and years.
yeah, his Chromebook is his for the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
You guys, your kids have school tomorrow or no?
Nope, no school the next 2 days.
No school.
Yep. No school tomorrow.
Yeah,
Ian
my
is
kids
going
are-
to Great Wolf Lodge with a friend. Which like that came about earlier today, which a little bit frustrated me because I had kind of planned out what to do with the kids because mom's working, so I'm the one who does the figure something out, and I kind of planned out a fun time, and now it's cut in half. It'll be Daddy Malcolm time, which is great.
There you go.
But it also changes what we were going to do, so I have to recalibrate.
See, the funny thing is, do you guys have any? I don't have any snow yet, and we have a 90-minute delay.
I have snow. Yeah, we have snow.
Oh, no snow yet.
Yeah, it's not snowing here yet, but it will. I mean, there is snow on the ground, but there's not.
We wouldn't close for that. We have conferences. We wouldn't close for snow.
We're closing for the ice. The ice during the commute.
Yeah, we're supposed to get a foot tomorrow with freezing rain. So
yeah. So I mean that, and I just said to Zach in the text, I was like, we used to sit there and watch the ticker.
get up
And you always missed your school. You missed your school by like 2 letters.
Yeah.
And you had to
would
wait
listen
for a whole
on the
nother
radio
loop.
and watch the local news ticker, and you'd miss it on both somehow. It wouldn't
And
even
now
matter.
your parents get a text the night before whether school's going or not. There's no suspense. There's no waking up early. There's no
No.
that joy. They take away that joy in the morning when you're I got
Just
no
don't tell
school.
your kids. That's on you.
My wife thinks I surprise my kids with random things way too often. She can probably one of the number one things she says in this house to me is not everything has to be a surprise. I don't have to keep surprising them with something.
It does.
Yeah, but it's fun.
It is
And
fun.
also, if you're surprising them, she can't say, no, you can't do that. Because they already know by the time. It's surprise, it's happening. It's happening whether you want it or not now.
Speaking of surprises, we need to give some stuff away.
Oh, yeah.
And it's already 10:10.
Are we giving something away tonight? What are we giving away tonight?
We're giving away 2 somethings today.
Ooh. Anything good?
I don't know. You tell me.
Funko?
Xbox?
Ooh.
Sure. We can give one of those away.
Thought we were going to give away both of them tonight.
We'll give it, yeah. Both Xboxes? Let's give a Steam Deck in there.
Wait, we have 2 Xboxes?
We could.
All right.
Plus, it's a surprise.
Not everything needs to be a surprise.
Everything needs to be a surprise.
I just want to go to Great Wolf Lodge.
I do too. I drove by it on Saturday. Emmy went skiing, so they have this great program for type 1 that they call it's riding on insulin, and they're a company and they're a nonprofit in Alaska, and they go around the United States to oh yes yes nice. I didn't see anything.
School for ants.
The school for fish. So this brings me back, and I'm kind of like happy. So riding on insulin is they go around the country and they go skiing with type 1s, and Emmy has gone every year for the last 3 years, and it's right by Wolf Lodge. And I'm like, why would you go to a ski mountain when you can go to Great Wolf Lodge like 2 exits before? It's like the freezing cold, or you can wear a bandsuit.
Yeah, I mean, people like what they like, though. That's just what it is. A lot of comments on the crawl, the sticker update. I'm glad. Came to me spur of the moment. Yeah.
No, Russ had a 90-minute delay. That was wrong. You need to fix Russ to a 90-minute delay.
My favorite was that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great, Jason. Oh man.
Or how about like every school around your school was closing except yours, and you're like, what the heck?
Oh, that was always the worst. We had, like, growing up, our superintendent would never cancel because he was from he may have been from Alaska originally, and then it was just like everywhere around would be closed, and we'd be going like.
Wow. I mean, and luckily, my superintendent was married to another superintendent nearby. So, like, if one closed, you knew the other one was going to go. Yeah, you knew it was going to go because then one of them's not going to go in if the other one's not going in.
Yep.
Why bother with this? Long Island, we received a message that there may or may not have a delay.
We've 100% had that in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, at least in Minnesota, like, you have a minimum required amount of days and you have X amount of snow days.
Yeah.
So if the night doesn't turn out the way you want and the snow plows get out, you don't want to cancel school when you don't need to. And in Minnesota, it's like they cancel school more often than, like, when we were kids, they didn't care. There's 8 feet of snow and it's -40. You're going to school, but nowadays, and honestly, I agree with it. Yeah, our school got canceled like 1 or 2 weeks ago it was like 30 below wind chill, and I was like, "Yep, I don't want kids at the bus stops in that." Like, that. Yeah, I'm not old man. Oh, we were so tough back then. I'm like, no. We shouldn't have been out. I'm glad they're not out now.
Yeah, it was terrible back then. And if you can keep your kids from experiencing that, being terrible, why not?
Well, I do want them to do it at least once.
Yeah, just so that's what it was.
So
like.
They know what they are getting themselves saved from.
This is the key, Sniper, is that they have a maximum amount allowed. Otherwise, they have to go a day later or whatever.
Yeah.
So they want to avoid that.
I live on the corner where all the bus stops are. So whenever it's snowing, there's always lines of cars in front of my house of people driving their kids to the bus stop so they can wait in the car till the bus gets there.
Yep.
My kids get in and say, "Can you turn the seat heat on?"
Oh, look at this. We have 2 really big ones to give away tonight. Really, really big ones.
Yes.
Big thanks to Retromania Wrestling once again. Retrosoft. I think it's just Retrosoft, right? Bob is the company, but
Retrosoft Studios. And Retromania.
But absolutely huge from them. They really
and we're excited to partner with us, and they're already looking forward to next year.
Yeah, so. I would enjoy that, especially with my son being super into wrestling. Would the chat be interested in my son and I doing a wrestling show on Thursday nights for 30 minutes? Would the chat like that?
Should we just play Retromania? Like,
I'm just feeling it out.
We can play against each other. Like, literally have a Twitch account. I
mean, Thursday night feels perfect because you've had Monday Night Raw has happened. SmackDown is coming up the next night, and every once in a while there's a PLE on Saturday. So, oh, look at this. The chat's in. yeah, huge thanks to Retromania Wrestling. I find the game very fun. My son likes it. I think it'd be awesome if we kept a wrestling theme and did this yearly in partnership with them, because these are some cool prizes too, just really cool. But we got to award them, Russ. We got to award some prizes.
Okay.
My name's in there, right? So I get a chance.
Well, you need to write down who wins, Bob, because you're the one that's going to talk to these people to give them the winner.
That's right.
You need a pen, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't need to buy pens, Zach.
These are awesome. They're so nice.
We do have
I'm
to give
so
two
glad
things
I did.
away, but I think I will give something. We should give something away to the chat too. But
Sure.
let's start with the big prizes. Let's do it.
All right, which do you want to do first, Xbox or Steam Deck?
I feel like if the winner's in the chat, they can pick. If
Okay.
not,
If not, it's the Xbox.
it's sure. I mean, it's
Well,
50.
it could be. Well, yeah. I mean, we could wait till the second person wins, and
The
let's
thing
get
is,
both names.
Do I need to go get gelato?
what if
Yeah.
we contact the person who wins and they're like, I have an Xbox, I want a Steam Deck.
Right.
Should we do this on two? Should we give away one tonight and do the second on a different night
We can do the second one on trivia
after
night.
we've contacted the first person?
Yeah.
Russ, what do
We
you
can
think?
That's fine.
Yeah, we can do the second one on trivia night.
Trivia night's
We can
trivia.
get
night.
a halftime of the Super Bowl. Oh, people watch that halftime show, right?
Oh, they will this year. My kids will. God, my kids love
I don't even know who's the.
Kendrick Lamar.
Never
Wait, that's
heard
the
of
guy's name, right?
Mustard. I want to get my 7-year-old the mustard shirt. Kendrick Lamar screen mustard. Mustard's one of his producers. Because my every time my Ian puts turn the TV off on in the car or whatever, my 7-year-old like screams mustard with it. I just absolutely love it. I wonder how many of the chat, like, I wonder the age group on the chat. I wonder if the chat is like, I understand this or not.
I mean,
I want to say 90% do. I want to say 90%.
90% understand the Kendrick Lamar references.
Oh no. My kids like the person that's doing it.
Okay. I was gonna say, I think this is purely because I have a 12-year-old that
Right.
I know like current artists and their songs and stuff. It's
Yes.
Otherwise I would have no clue, I'm sure. All right, let's do one drawing for sure tonight. Maybe they're in the chat.
Maybe the first one's in the chat and we can go right into the second one.
All right, let's find out. Is Stephen McDonald in the chat? Stephen?
I have not seen a Steven.
Stephen?
Bueller.
Stephen McDonald? Okay, well,
So here's the second thought. We run both of them. If the second one, Stephen McDonald gets first choice, if the second one's in the chat, they can choose.
Yeah.
we're straying. We made a decision. We're going to stick with the decision.
Surprise.
I mean, might as well just run it.
You want to just run it?
Run it, and we'll figure out which one gets which after.
All right.
I think that's the right call.
Yeah, let's get both.
I was
names.
wrong the first time.
Okay, hold on.
So
I'm gonna
I better write down Stephen McDonald, huh?
write down Stephen
Stephen
McDonald. I'm going to take his name off the list, so there's no chance of him
Yep.
winning again.
Yep, Stephen McDonald wins one of them. I mean, Jones and McDonald, they're
like
not exactly close, but they're both pretty common. So I think I'm good with it.
Let's fix those reference errors so we don't get a repeat of that one.
Ooh. So I have some possibilities for the chat. I have this pop can, or as it says, soda for some reason. I have this pop can, Beach Mickey Mouse. It is a Funko in here. But I also have two things that my kids randomly gave me for Christmas. It's weird to give something away that my kids gave me for Christmas, but they will not care. But I think they're relevant. A Mahomes Bowers NFL collectibles.
They still make those?
Ooh.
They do.
I had no idea.
And Hertz McCaffrey.
Oh.
Both have a Super Bowl quarterback in them.
I can't. So other people quoting multiplicity.
Yes. There's another line in there, and I can't, but I want to.
She touched my puppy, Steve. That movie is Michael Keaton goodness. It is so good.
Huh.
Not just one Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I love.
I
Michael Keaton.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like these and all, but probably.
My kids brought me home the advent calendar, the NFL one. They found one at Target the other day.
Terms really is 17.
Yes, it's a problem.
Mustard.
All right, so let's pick a second winner.
Yes. Let's get the second winner, see if they're in the chat. If not, we're going to contact them and find out who gets what.
All right, here we go.
Oh, Jono! Jono, we know Jono. He came to Boston Live.
Yeah, he's from someone from Maine won.
That's awesome.
He gave me this.
I'm happy.
That is
Jono
also awesome.
won. So we have our two winners for those.
So I mean, Maine. You were close to winning, Zach.
Jono's not in the chat. He's been in the chat before, though.
Yes.
He definitely has.
Yep.
You want me to go yell out the door, tell him he's won?
Hey, Jono.
Would it be weird if he really was outside your house for some reason? All right. Well,
kids, because I know he's got a daughter because that's how he got in SFB.
That's the mustard shirt I want to get my 7-year-old.
Is he giving the finger?
No, it's Kendrick Lamar yelling mustard.
Nobody got that callback. Nobody got the callback on that. Huh?
You got to put your thumb out, Bob.
Mustard. Jono, congrats, Jono.
Oh,
I was rooting for Greggles, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was rooting for Greggles. I know he was looking forward to that Steam Deck.
I want to buy one actually. I sent you the article the other day that you can put all the retro games on there. Yeah,
you did. So on my Switch I have the Nintendo Online, so I have so many of those games. But
on my Nintendo, I have my Nintendo.
I did mention that he's producer and DJ. Yeah, he's one of his producers. And
I mean, I brought that other one. I brought the game that I brought to Canton that we were able to play.
Yes.
Play all those games. There's over 800 games on that little one.
Yeah.
And my wife is kicking my butt recently at Dr. Mario.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was not big on Dr. Mario. I was playing sports games.
Yeah.
I played it all when I was a kid.
Yep.
I didn't care. I just played everything. What do you think? Russ, something for the chat. Should I give away one of my children's gifts to me, or should I
give away one of your children? I'll put up a wheel.
I probably should. It's a lot of the same people in the chat. Jono's in here. Look at this.
Yes.
Look at this.
So yeah, I yelled out the door. He showed up.
See, I told you he was there.
I feel like because Jono's here, we give him the choice, and then
he gets a choice. Let us know. You want an Xbox or do you want a Switch? No, what is it?
Just said if the second person's here,
no,
they get
Steam Deck. Steam Deck. Is a Steam Deck or an Xbox?
Because I should probably ask my kid about these two things. They honestly won't care. Probably. I think we should give away the Mickey Beach soda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, first, let's put Jono on the spot. What do you want? Do you want an Xbox or do you want a Steam Deck?
Coming next Thursday night, our new show, Jono on the Spot, where we ask Jono random questions that will be tough for him to answer.
Either Scott's kids.
I will not give up my amazing. I love my kids so much.
I got two. You could have one.
Yeah, you have those moments where you realize, man, I love this. Like I was. So we're watching our way through the Harry Potter movies and so it was either last night or 2 nights ago. Like I got Ian wrapped up on one side, Malcolm on the other side. We're just watching Andrea's, reading a book somewhere, and I'm like, oh, I love this. Just watching movies with my kids.
My daughter's been binging through The Simpsons lately. And first of all,
you can take him.
He's great at Legos.
Jono is not. Have you noticed Jono is not answering the question?
Yeah, he's not answering the question. He's won either an Xbox or a Steam Deck, and he hasn't picked one.
Xbox. He says Xbox. Yeah.
Look at that. He wants an Xbox.
Well, we didn't say it's the original Xbox, the first generation.
Yeah. We're talking the 2000 version or whatever.
Yeah, the big black thing,
whatever year it was,
with the big X on top.
99.
But it was the one without the discs.
I think it's the one without the discs.
I know it is the one without the discs.
I think it's.
I just don't know which one it is. S. That's okay. We'll go with that.
X has disk drive. Has the disk drive. The S does not. I think it's an S.
That's which one it is.
And the S is like curvy and slim, and the X is like a giant box.
I want to go get myself a Steam Deck. I might just order one.
I think we should
play it.
I think we should. Yeah, we should consider having more giveaways like that.
I think we should have more team Steam Decks. I think that's how we should be communicating through the chat inside the video game.
Chat, do you think we should buy some Switch 2s for when they come out?
No, I was joking. It's not really the original Xbox.
No. I think we should have more Xboxes and Steam Decks is what I think we should have. Because I've got a solution there.
Well, we'll talk about this offline because I'm really curious what you're talking about here. Where was I?
I have one, but don't have the means to plug it into a TV. So I don't even know if it works. Yeah, because it has that little thing in the back with the two little prongs that you had to screw into the back of your TV.
Yep.
You don't have a converter?
What?
They have adapters.
Yeah, I don't.
Amazon.
Russ, I may have one that plugs into a coax that has the two screws.
On the back. Yeah, I used to have that also.
I had to find
because it's been a while.
I had to find a red, yellow, and white to HDMI, and I got it on Amazon.
Nice.
Well, they were RCA cables. Is that what they were called?
They were, yep, absolutely RCA cables. So, what was
I
each
think
of
I might
your
have one.
first gaming system? Chat, let's talk about it. Chat, what was your first gaming system?
Atari.
Okay,
Like the first one that I owned or the first one that I played?
let's go with owned, but I'd like to hear both answers.
I had the Atari,
Okay.
and I definitely was very excited when they came out with the cordless Atari controllers. But you had this big, the big.
We're not
antenna on
talking.
it.
Okay, we're talking Atari like the '86 version. We're not talking Atari Pong.
What?
What is it?
Well, the original Atari was like just paddles and Pong.
Right.
You're talking about the one with actual games.
Yes, the one with games. Yeah, that's the first one I remember.
See, the first game system I owned was an 8-bit Nintendo, but I bought it in 2000.
Okay.
So that was the first one I owned. The first thing I played was an Atari. Like that
Okay.
was, but it was I had friends who had more means than I did, and so like my video game experiences were like go stay a weekend at my friend's house and we would play for 48 hours straight, and then I would come home and like not want to go to school on Monday.
So my first ever system, both played and owned. Rebeck Joe hit it. He spelled it wrong. He spelled it like a cat. I believe that's how you spell it. ColecoVision. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not spelled like that, but ColecoVision was the first system I owned.
I played one, but it was well after they were really a thing.
Yeah, we had several games for it, and like you, it was well after. Probably like we got them like at a garage sale or whatever or something, because I looked it up quick. ColecoVision came out in '82, so I would have been 3. So we clearly I must have been like, I want video games, and my parents bought it for me when I was like probably 7, 8, whatever. And
the best was when we were like when it first came out, my brother got a Nintendo as a present, and my parents didn't want it in like the living room, but I had a TV in my room and he didn't.
Win.
So I got a Nintendo in my room. Oh, and this is banana pudding. My wife went out to dinner with friends, and this place just has amazing banana pudding, which is why I'm not waiting till the end of the stream. I'm just eating it now anyway.
no, I was eating on the stream. I don't care now. Snake on the old Nokia brick phone, which was awesome. Those Nokia phones were awesome. I love that you can download the Snake app on like our normal smartphones, but it's got the Nokia shape around it. And I'm like, that's awesome nostalgia. I ran a video store for many years. I've talked about this on the show a bunch of times. But we also, like at the start of the cell phone boom in that late 90s era, we sold cell phones too. But I kid you not, when cell phones first came out, you did full-on credit checks for cell phones.
Yeah.
Like full-on credit checks to see if someone, and sometimes people would have to pay giant deposits to get a cell phone. Yeah. It was madness. It was madness. Looking back on those days, I feel like almost a little gross that all that was needed. But yeah.
Oh, Steve F. Steve and I are tag team partners, Baseball Stars.
Yeah.
That's I still have Baseball Stars on Nintendo. I may have a franchise going. Who knows? I can't say, but
is that your favorite baseball game of all time or the most nostalgic?
Definitely the most nostalgic, because it was the first game that you could actually like build a team and like affect it and salary cap. I mean, like I'm a dynasty. I mean,
and they had a team of women.
Yeah, they did. The lovely ladies with Linda.
My favorite and probably most nostalgic, just because of the timeline, is still going to be Ken Griffey Jr.
Yep.
It's still going to be, and since he's my favorite player of all time in baseball, he's the reason the 24 is on my handle. Ken Griffey Jr. was the home run derbies were awesome. That you could play out full seasons. I loved every bit of that.
And trying to figure out how they
Who
named
was-
the guys.
Yeah, who was who? Like based on the fake name that was
M Bash
like-
and J Bash and
yeah. Yep, absolutely. By the way, if you're still in the chat, Ben, FF Rabbit Dad, I waved hi to Amy.
He did. When you first said that, he waved.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Just making sure he and she saw that. I've been at multiple events with Ben and Amy, like all the SFB live events, and they were in Canton last year, maybe the last 2 years actually.
Baseball Simulator 1000 is a good one too.
Yeah,
I got that one definitely.
I enjoyed RBI baseball too. Yeah.
Double dribble.
Oh man. No. This show is really something. It is really we go wherever we want to.
It absolutely is. And it's great. Like, again, it's so much fun for me, and I hope it is for the chat too. But I know when I first started listening to podcasts and things, like you become friends with the hosts, even though it's a one-sided. And this is actually like reciprocity. Like we get to interact with the chat and the people watching, and so I love it. To me, it's so much fun.
I would have loved back in the day, and I feel like when Bull Rush started, like it was like shows really weren't like that then.
Yeah.
And I feel like Bull Rush would have been awesome on a format like this.
Oh, it would have been incredible. You would have been doing the guess the animals, like the animal ranking.
Oh yeah,
had the chat firing out like, oh, it would have been great.
Oh, the bits we did, like I don't know. Did you listen to the early days of Bull Rush, Russ?
Yeah.
Where I would take an iPhone and I would tell Frank's schedule, and it would go, "Oh, I stole your iPhone, Frank. What's your schedule for tomorrow?" It would be the most absurd crap ever. Like we would do bits on top of just being like this. Oh God, it was so fun. Ryan texted me and Frank about something the other day in a chat because the day before I told Ryan, I'm like, man, we did a 100th episode reunion because we stopped at 99.
Yeah.
And then we did a 100th episode reunion, and we're all starting to feel the itch to come back for another episode or something.
I'm still subscribed. That will be great.
I'm still subscribed too. However, the domain is like gone. Like it wouldn't even show up if you could be subscribed. I don't know how I would even make it work. But
yeah. I've still got the Halloween episodes downloaded. I listen to them every year.
Man,
too spooky.
I like the first off, congrats, Frank. I see you've changed your name back. And yes, I talked to Frank in the chat.
I talked to Frank at NYC Live. Well,
so
this year.
Nice. I want to come to NYC just to meet Frank. We have so much history. Oregon Trail, Minnesota's own Oregon Trail. That game. The Minnesota company that made Oregon Trail actually made it into a board/card game within the last 5 years. So
yes,
you can also get it that way. But I feel like people still do, honestly, Jorge. People still dying from dysentery out there.
I swear that Callan said something the other day, and I thought he said, "I'm dying of dysentery" or something like that. And I was like, "What? Did he just say that, Amanda?"
No.
And
he's tired of you dissing Terry.
No, it was.
He's like, "No, Dad,
starving.
He got scurvy.
I'm gonna starve right here or something like that." But it sounded like to me I was down in the basement and It sounded like I'm dying of dysentery, and it was something that he wanted something to eat. But
would you like to ford the
I had a
river?
flashback.
Russ, want to give this away in the chat to a wheel?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to.
Dysentery.
No, people are not typing dysentery.
Nobody is going to spell that correctly. What word should they say in the chat? Mustard?
That's on you, man.
Should
The
be
finger.
mustard. Mustard!
There you go. Type the word mustard in the chat, and you will be entered onto the wheel to win a cola.
You know what's great with mustard?
A Funko soda beach.
And he's gone.
That's what's great with mustard, isn't it? I wouldn't know. I don't eat either one of those items. Everyone's gonna be quiet now, and I've already hit my limit for I hit my quota for 2 months.
No, I was scrolling back up because Paul had said Dr. J versus Larry Bird 1-on-1 for the computer, that's a throwback.
Yep, that was a good one. I played. There was a football game that was on the computer only, but you had salary cap, you had signings, you had rookies coming in. It was like managing your own dynasty team, and I for the life of me, I can't remember the name of it. Whether it's, but you'd simulate games, and I mean, I thought that was great.
That was always it's funny, you talk back to playing games, and I played a lot of games when I was younger, so and would hang out at friends' houses, and then I got to a point where you got a PlayStation 2 or whatever, and the games got more complicated than I wanted to deal with. But those features where you could do a franchise and you could just simulate the season, but you could build a team, man, I spent so much time doing that and not actually playing.
My brother and I would do that for Tecmo Bowl, Super Bowl. Literally simulate the seasons out and
just play the Mighty Bomb Jack at halftime of the Super Bowl.
When we would meet in the Super Bowl, we'd play because he'd pick the Bills, I'd pick the Niners, and we'd just anytime we played each other, we played.
All right, ready to give away this Funko soda pop?
What's a soda pop?
Where's the line on soda and pop, and then is it Coke? Everything's a Coke down south.
Yes, everything's a Coke down south.
Midwest versus other versus South.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know what this Funko soda Mickey Mouse looks like. I'm gonna Google this.
Oh, you didn't know?
No.
You better ask somebody. Oh,
all right. I'm spinning the wheel.
I opened up one. I opened up one with somebody, and then gave it a count. It was a Spider-Man or something like that.
Greg Eckert again.
Greg Eckert. So this is what I found. Let's see. Nope.
Paul, I played Earl Weaver baseball.
Looks like it's going to be that one of those,
right? And if it's the funky colored one, it's more rare.
Well, congratulations, Greg Eckert. You are the winner of that.
Greg
or
Eckert.
that. Write that down, Scott.
I will write that down. Greg Eckert, Mickey Mouse. Oh, and sadly, you know what that means, Ross?
What?
All the prizes I have at my house now have little post-it notes with names and addresses on them. Meaning I have no more prizes sitting in my house to go out like that I can give away.
All right, well, I guess we might as well just shut down the show for real, like forever. For then,
We done?
Fantasy
Cares?
Shut down.
Fantasy
All
Cares
done?
is done. We went through our stock, and that's it.
It was a good run.
Yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, and Zach joined the board, and things went downhill
real fast.
Well, what do we got coming up? We got squares. If you haven't told any of your friends, please tell them to go to fantasycares.org/squares and join up. I'm going to check this while we're live on air. I have a little updating thing. I can check. We got 36 5-packs left. We have 9 2-packs left. We have a few 1-packs left. So we have room for more. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell anyone you know. Go in. Let's get those filled up, because once they're filled up, that's like $7,000 to $8,000 for Fantasy Cares. On Monday, we are going to give away a ton of prizes from the Squares contest. We're also next week we'll be giving away the final prizes from the playoff league.
Yep.
Bob has a couple wrestling Funkos left for that. And of course, Monday night we have Monday night trivia night live with Joey Wright. That's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be on it. I believe Bob's going to be on it. Everyone in the chat can compete with us. It's Joey. I think Joey will just host, but Bob and I will probably be competing. I'll be competing. You gonna do it, Joe?
Yeah, we are. So
Yeah.
With the trivia game, we can have up to 2,000 players.
Yep, up to 2,000. So if you don't get in, that's probably a good thing. Like, I mean, that means 2,000 people are following what Fantasy Cares is doing on a Monday night.
But you're gonna want double screens, because you're answering on your phone.
Yeah. You'll probably be. Yeah, you can do it from phone or a laptop, but I do it from my phone. So it's gonna be fun. Joey's got. I've looked at his schedule. He's gonna have people coming on each week. He's got themes to them. So each week is going to have a different theme. Some weeks we'll have multiple themes. We'll have like 10 to 12 questions of one theme, and then 10 to 12 of another theme, which is going to be pretty fun.
And I think that's how it was going to be run, is 2 12 question games. So that way, if you're a little bit late, you can get in the second one.
I was going to go see if I can. Am I allowed to spoil what the theme is for Monday night?
No, you can't do that.
No.
I really want to spoil the opener that I made for it, but I'm not going to.
We need a new opening for this.
Yes, I actually started looking today. It's not on the front burner to do something for this, because
you can 100% show the trivia night theme, can't you?
Save it for the show.
No, because I'm not done editing it. I mean, I guess this is just a piece of it. So I guess why not? It's just a piece of it.
Yes, retro. I sent him.
I want to text Joey to see if I can spoil the theme.
No, don't spoil the theme. We can do the video. I think that.
Stop it! You don't have to do either of it.
It's just me saying, this is trivia.
I mean, I could show the 3 picture that I have of the 3 different logos that I did. And
here's the thing.
Tell them which one it is. It's one of these 3.
I think it's better to tell the theme in advance so that people get excited and want to go watch it than to like show up and just not know what it is. Oh, I guess I can see both sides.
So it is one of these I mean, it could be any one of those three. What is the chat?
Or it's all three of them
Just layered
on top of each other.
Russ, we had exactly the same time.
I will never forget. I will never forget that. It was uncomfortably close. The number you put up.
That's okay. I mean, John was sending out receipts with my phone number on it.
I know, right?
Actually, that happened. I think mine was there too. When we first started the receipts, my phone number was on the Fantasy Cares receipts.
Yeah.
Bob has your Ricky the Steamboat. Do you have it?
Yeah, retros? I do. I wasn't mailing them until after the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I sent him. You sent it to me, Retro, and I posted the screenshot in our chat.
Mel 112. So I talked to her. I'm not sending as well until all is done. I'm going to send them all at once. I don't want to go to them. I don't want to go multiple times. I want to go for one. 90s baseball trivia. We did that the other night. Me and Zach. Well, I mean, we were all here, but I feel like Zach and I were monopolizing the conversation a little bit.
Yeah.
It was the day Ricky Henderson died. That's what we were talking about.
Yep. That's
way to bring the show up.
Yep. I that's me. Debbie Downer.
Oh. Joey hasn't texted me back at 11 p.m. at night, so
that's weird.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have a snow day in Florida.
It's Wednesday. He's on the Matthew Berry call. It's all good.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, about this time. That's when he makes his calls. Yeah. I think
we're coming to that natural wrap-up spot. Thank you, everyone, for just being awesome. Like, this is so much fun, and it's because of how awesome all of you are. Has nothing to do with the four of us up here. So thank you so much for taking your time to come and hang out with us and just let us do this. What day is today? Today is Wednesday. So
it's Wednesday the 5th. Should we all do the thumb out or thumb in version as we leave? Is that
deuces? So keep your eyes out on Monday for trivia night live. Maybe.
Yes.
Trivia. The prices.
It's definitely
right.
It's definitely it's trivia.
No,
night.
wait. I'm trying to think of the three of them. It was Trivia Night Live. The price. Did it say the price is right? Because that's what it should say.
No, it says Trivia Night Live with Joey Wright.
And then win, lose, or donate.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes out Monday for trivia. Keep your eyes out Tuesday for the Dynasty Dummies Rookie Hootenanny. And then back again Wednesday for this here. And maybe soon Thursday, half-hour wrestling show.
Yeah, yeah. We're not going to get that. We have 1,200 people watching this. Do you see that, Russ?
Well, we're awesome. I don't know what to tell you.
Insane. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. And have a wonderful night, everybody. We'll see you when we see you. And deuces.